Good morning, folksies. It's Jules. It's time for another Stitch with me. Today we're doing E Pluribus Unum. We got the E Pluribus part of it done, and we are trying to make that final push and try to get this done soon. I'm not getting it done as soon as I would like, but it's still going to get done soon. I just got to put the time into it. I did not stitch on it last week, which was unfortunate. How am I going to do this? Which was unfortunate considering that I need to get this done. Alright, so I need to also do a little bit of picky work here. This is a slightly different stitching setup. Wow, are my eyes even that much worse than they have been? I'm like sitting here trying to like do this tiny little linen, which is like 32 count, and I got my glasses on, and probably what I need is my magnifiers, but I don't have those handy because I'm not being good with my organization. Let me try and do this a little different. Let me bring this down. That's going to be a little easier for me to hold. I like that idea. I'm going to change this over here. Every time I do one of these Stitch With Me videos, I do it differently. Wow. Do I have the right glasses? Maybe I picked up the wrong glasses. I think I picked up my progressives. So I have to lift my head now to kind of do it. But I think I will survive. Barely survive. We'll just go a little slower than normal because we want to make sure. I wonder if I could. No, I can't really stitch watching the camera. That would be cool though. Like, watch the camera and tell myself where I need to stitch next. That would be cool. If you guys see me make a mistake, it's because I literally can't see. Let's see. I'm wondering if I really just have the wrong glasses. Do I? I don't think I do. I think I'm literally like, I think I'm going to need new glasses soon. My eyes are getting worse by the day. And I just had an eye exam like 6 months, not even 6 months ago. Or maybe it's time for readers. Maybe I can finally graduate to readers. Because the ones I have right now are not readers. They're like pseudo reading glasses. They help a little, but not a lot. There we go. Some of it's also the lighting. I've gotten away a little bit from doing these Stitch With Me projects that require that are on linen or something really tiny that I need my glasses for, is because I have to kind of contort myself around my camera in order to do it. Not a big deal. Just, I want you guys to have like the best experience for when I do something like this. So, how shall I do this? I'm thinking, guys. I'm thinking, because there's all different. I can go up at this point. I can come down. I think I'm just going to go all over the place here. Yeah, that's right. I got a snag in the back. But see, I show me having all these issues so that when you have all these issues, you're like, yeah, I saw Jules have all those issues. Everybody has issues. And that is true. I really should break down and look for my glasses. Hold on a second, guys. Aha, I'm back. And I got my Stitch Vision glasses. And so I am set to proceed here. Let me just get this set up here. Get my eyeballs all together. Way better. Holy cow. How did I think I was going to be able to do this without these? It is night and day. All right. Where did I put my needle? It's right here. I got it. It's right here. Okay. Oh, hope you guys have been good. I threw my back out or did something, pulled something. Look at that. Well, look at that. Look at that. I'm just cooking with Crisco this morning. I'm telling you, I am so smooth. I am so smooth. Making every mistake possible. I stitched into the very edge of this project. Right there. I'm literally just going to trim that little bit. Because this is serge, so it's not going to come apart. Saves me a few minutes. Well, a minute. Which adds up. Let's get that over here. Let's get this over here. Alright, now we are ready to proceed. There we go. But I hope you guys are having a better stitchy start than I am. But anyway, so I don't know what I did in my back this week. I even went to the chiropractor on Wednesday, and it was before, and my back was starting to act up. I got it adjusted, felt a lot better that day. Thursday was okay, and then Friday, that was just it. It just locked up. And it wasn't one of those like, hey, I got a disc, I got shooting pain. Nah, it wasn't anything like that. It was just muscle spasms and kind of just annoying more than anything. My husband is home from the store where he got sugar so he can make sugar water for his trip to the bees. The bees will be very happy to get some sugar water. Easy access to food is a very important thing to do for these guys, because you got to make it as, I don't want to say as easy, because you're not trying to make things easy, you're just trying to get them to survive. So, I mean, I guess if you could make it easy for them, that would be good too, but yeah, I don't make it too easy. I want them to be hard workers, you know? Hard workers. But anyway, so, and I still worked Friday, and I worked Saturday, and I worked late, so I mean, I didn't even get home till like about 4 o'clock yesterday. I did get some stitching done. Not enough to, I don't think I put any posts yesterday up on the blog, and that's a little unlike me on a Saturday, but I was working on Dachshund, and I was filling in some bits and pieces and bits and bobs and whatnot there, but it just wasn't enough for me to take a picture and say, hey, look at the progress, because I'm not sure if you could see it. And then once I kind of got sick of doing that one for a little bit, I went and did Rainy Waterloo Place. But this just didn't get enough done to really justify... is it the heat? No, that's a garage door, sorry. Weird sounds in the house sometimes. They distract me pretty good. Where am I? Oh, I'm up here. There we go. But anyway, so... didn't get a lot done yesterday. Friday night was kind of a loss because I was really hurting Friday night. Did a lot of stretching. Husband tried to pop it. Massage, you name it, I did it. And I felt a lot better Friday night, but then I woke up Saturday morning hurting again. I'm sure part of it's the bed, and oh well. Anyway. It's kind of thrown off my whatever plans I had made for myself for this week. It kind of just got thrown to the side. Now I'm just trying to stitch on everything before the next update. So, gotta get this, make some good progress with this one. Oops, get in there. Gonna watch some football. It's like 7:30, 8 o'clock or something like that. It's there's a game on right now, because they're playing in London, England. Wow, that looks great. I'm looking through my stitchy vision at what you guys are seeing, and I'm seeing it even better than, tilt it just a little bit, even better than before. There we go. Sorry, I'm just counting. Yep, that's right. Okay, sorry, I had to make sure. No, it doesn't look right. No, it doesn't look right. I'm going to frog this. I did something weird with that first stitch. Or I did something weird with some other stitches. Hence why I haven't been doing this one as much. Sometimes it's just sometimes it's like one of those projects that you got to have the right frame of mind to get into this and start stitching. We love to stitch. Well, it's still looking the same. But it's not. That's my mistake. Okay, and you guys are all yelling at me going, no, why did you do that? No, did the wrong thing. Whoop. But anyway. Do-do-do-do, boom. So, I'm contemplating a different format for the question and answer session. I'm thinking that it would be a lot more instructive or educational or just better if I went in and pulled out all the actual questions and then just did those, and maybe like keep up, do a better job of keeping up with everything else. Sorry, I just keep staring at this one thing. I'm staring at it. Here we go. But I think that might be a little better. I think it's I don't know. I just want to make good content, you know? I just want to have good stuff out there, so. And I'm not going to get started on that Chicago Bears project this week, releasing the video or anything like that, because my back's not up for additional Stitch with Me videos after this one today. So I'm still working on it. I mean, I'm still working on getting started with it, so. Some weeks stitching gets pushed a little bit back, which is sad. I don't like it when that happens. 1, 2, 1, 2. We're going to have the end pop out here. There. And then here. So I watched The Greatest Showman this week. I like musicals. It was a good musical. It was it's about the life of P.T. Barnum, or at least about how he got started in the circus business. And it was good. I really enjoyed it. I have not watched any more Game of Thrones, though there's quite a few of you guys who don't watch it, so you don't care. Quite fine with me. What have I done? I thought I had done something like, oh, I made progress, but I'm trying to think of what that was. What did I do Thursday? Let's think. I stitched a lot on Old World Map 2. That was pretty good. I knew that. You could almost see that happening. If you were watching, you were probably like, that's getting ready to snag, and there it goes. But yeah, I stitched a lot on Old World Map 2. And I'm getting comments about that as far as just me jumping ahead, the way I'm jumping ahead on this project. And I understand that. It's against the rules, so to speak. But I feel like it gets a lot more done faster. I don't know how it's going to turn out. like I've said before, when I look at the pattern on this particular page, it is very well laid out into just different sections. So different groups of colors and different areas, and far more than any of the other pages that I can remember have been. So I'm all right with that. I just gotta, hold on, I gotta count. I gotta highlight here real quick. Let's see, I did 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, gotta keep up. Gotta make it look good. Gotta make it look good. Let's see here. There we go. Doop doop doo. Doop doop doo. Doop doop doo. I think that's the last part, right up to this other part. Let's see here. That's 2 across. 2 across. Let's go up here and look at this. That's 1, 2. Is that right? Let me look. Let me just look here. Yeah, actually, I think it's fine. I accidentally jumped ahead and worked on a little bit here. Sorry, I'm just staring at my, there we go. I'm just staring at my, there we go. Okay, I'm going to be a little goofy. I don't know if I'm going to be goofy. I'm not quite awake enough to be goofy this morning, which is sad. I'm going to, okay, I'm stopping it here. It's going to make it easier to start the next bit. Boop, boop, ba-doo. Boop. I was going to tell you guys something. What was I going to tell you? Oh, so we make it a game now that we, my husband and I, we check out the weather in Alaska where we were on the cruise. Because the joke was someday we'll move up there and whatnot, but we got to find the right amount of cold with snow, but not too much, you know? Not too much. Ah, come here, you. Not sure what I'm doing here. I'm jimmying it. But anyway, so we were looking at like Juneau weather and weather in Skagway. And Skagway's cold. It was a little further up into the just into the land. Juneau kind of juts out on a peninsula type thing, and so it you know, it was like 40 degrees and rainy. And it's like 40 degrees and rainy. But in Skagway, it was like 25 degrees and snowing. Like, and going to be snowing for like the next week. It's like, that is awesome. We need to find a webcam. Some good Alaskan webcams that we can watch it snow when we want to. Like sometimes, you know, like people will put up like on the TV, like a video of a fire. Sometimes some of the best videos are the ones that, at least for us, are the ones that we actually like watch it snow. That's pretty cool. There we go. I'm tilting it just a little bit. I think you still see just fine, but Now I can see the holes a little better. Halloween's coming up. I am not dressing up for Halloween. I haven't dressed up in years. I used to have a buddy of mine, the same buddy that I'm doing the Reaper project for. He used to always have this huge Halloween party, and it was a requirement to show up dressed for the occasion. So I did different kind of dumb things over the years, but it was pretty good. We had a good time. It was always fun because they would really do it up, like decorations and themed food, and it was just fun to hang out with the friends, you know, and watch a scary movie or two. I'm not one for scary movies for the most part. I like ones that aren't really gory, maybe ones that have more of a spiritual bent to them, like a Conjuring type movie. But like I know, like the new Halloween movies out, I'm not, no. I'm not one for that. I don't like that kind of violence, you know? I just don't. The older I get, the more pacifistic I get. Except when it's not. Or, wait, I messed that up. Except when it's time to not be pacifistic. So the way my husband makes sugar water is he literally will dump like a container of like what do they come in, like 2-3 pound bags? He took like a 2 pound bag of sugar and just he'll fill well, sometimes he'll just pour it straight in, and then we start filling it with water, shaking it, stirring it until you get a pretty densely concentrated sugar water mix. So that's what he's working on right now. And then what he does is there are special feeders that we have where the bees are, and we just simply fill the feeders up, and the bees will come and drain that over the next week or two. And then he may do it again. He'll try and do it just about any time during the weekend where the weather's been warm, just to, again, to give him as much nutrition as possible to help him survive. So he's going to enjoy his visit today with them. He hasn't seen them in a couple weeks, so he likes his bees. Okay. I started back on Instagram this week. That was something I did on Thursday. I hadn't posted anything. I've been so like blog focused that I post everything on that, but I haven't been posting on Instagram. So if you follow me on Instagram, it's Stitching Jules. Honestly, I'm not putting anything up there that I don't already put up on the blog, but there are a fair number of people who are on Instagram that I don't think have ever seen my blog or watched the video. So believe it or not, but so that works out pretty well. Just saying hi to new people. Okay. Okay. Let me get a drink. Okay. Continuing on. Okay, I'm going to start on the oo of the unum. Una. How did anybody ever first write out the language of English or whatever? That's just so crazy to think back. Like, at some point, somebody had to have taken the language and somehow put it down on paper or whatever they were using. That had to be hard. What an undertaking. Put the spoken word down. Well, I'm going to make it look like and sound like this. It's kind of crazy. Oh, I'm going to come all the way over here. Whoops, 1, 2, there we go. Nope. No, I got stuck. No, it's all stuck up. It's all stuck up. Wait, how do I get this out? Here we go. Hold on. Hold on. Emergency. Emergency. Oh, well, I didn't do too bad of a job. I did a great job of freaking out about it, but oh, see? The universe is awesome, you know, because let me pull this back through. Perfect. So here's the funny thing about that. So I put that in the wrong hole, right? I was getting ready to do the 4th half stitch part here. Well, the funny thing is, because I kept messing up there, and finally got it back. Well, it's only 3 stitches across. So it was like there was a cross-stitching subsection of my brain that was trying to override. Say, no, don't put it there, you silly. No, actually, I was wrong about that. Oh my gosh, guys. I'm getting old. Here we go. I need to do 4. I was wrong about that. I'm sorry, cross-stitching part of the brain. You were wrong. Or maybe it was the right part of the brain. I don't know. See, this is where I go across. And I only do 3. Got ahead of myself there. Oops. There we go. Come here. Come here. Here we go. I can just tell I'm going to have problems with this end here if I don't tie this off right here. Doop, 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 doo. Bonk, 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 bonk. Bonk, 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 bonk. Okay. Time to thread the needle. Oh boy. Okay. So now I need to move this and this. I'm really focusing on these letters because I think that's the most fun part for you guys. However, that being said, I'm going to be able to get a lot more done when I could jump on this a little bit later. I'm trying to think of what I've worked on this week besides this. I know I did a lot on Old World Map 2. And there was something else. It wasn't Stormtrooper. It wasn't Rainy Water in Place. I'll think about it. You guys just keep yelling out things to me. Ah. Let's see. Oh, I worked on baseball and I worked on Apothecary Shop. And I was really trying hard to finish that Apothecary Shop page on Thursday, but it just got difficult. Like I did a lot. I did probably like 3/4 of what I needed to do, and I'm like, I'm done. I just can't stitch on this one anymore. And I stitched on the baseball project at I got some done on that too. I'm hoping to come back and work on it a little bit more. Okay. All the way down there. Now we're going to go back up. But I feel like I also want to just start something new. And whether that's the other blended cross stitch, or actually I also pulled out the piece for my mom. I want to do the It Is Well. That's pretty. That's a pretty one. That might go kind of fast too, but I don't know. I think I need to finish something. I need to take something out of the rotation. So it'll have to be something like that. So this has to get finished, and yeah, I don't know. I really do just kind of take it project by project. You know, when I finish one thing, I'm like, all right, what do I want to stitch on next? And sometimes it's a matter of, okay, I've been stitching on this 18 count. I want to stitch on something with much bigger holes. So I'll do 14 count project. And then sometimes I really want to get some words done. Oh, that's the other thing I did. I was working on that yesterday too. Was the Charity for All piece. So some days I'm like, oh, I really want to do this. So it just jumps from thing to thing to thing with not very much rhyme or reason at times. Only in my little head. Boop, boop-a-doop-a-doo. Boop-a-doo-boop-a-doo-boop-a-doo. Here, let's go ahead and do this one. And then I'm going to come down here. And do this. I was coming to bed last night. My husband had Netflix on. He was spinning through some old movies. And the funny thing was when he ran into, not old. Okay, I'm not talking black and white. I'm talking about like 80s movies. And he started playing Night of the Comet, which I had totally forgotten about that movie that I watched when I was a kid. It's like when Halley's Comet passed through so many, 30 years ago or whatever, it did something to the people where they all like were vaporized, and then it turned some into like zombie type creatures, and it was a typical 80s movie, but entertaining at times. We didn't watch the whole thing. I can't do that right before bed. I always fall asleep before that happens. But yeah, and there's that. You gotta make sure when you're cross stitching that you take time to lean back and stretch a little bit. Bend your fingers. This is not a sprint. This is a marathon. All right. I mean, this is actually like an ultra marathon, like one of those 100-mile races, if not farther. A cannonball run. There we go. Here we go. There we go. Whoa. My eyeballs were like, I think I actually closed one of my eyes and behind the magnifiers. Like, what's that gonna do for me? Still haven't watched Doctor Who. My husband's liking her. He's like, you should watch it. I'm like, I know. I don't know why I haven't. Because I have a really short attention span. That's part of the problem. We were watching something the other night. Oh, I gotta take the glasses off for a second. Whew. There are occasionally things that I'll watch that actually help make me stop stitching. Well, sometimes it's sports and whatnot, but it's also a matter of just if something's good enough, then I'll stop stitching and I'll start watching more. And then I can't stitch as much. So I think what I'm saying is that stitching pretty much rules all. It rules it all. Better. Okay. Cool. Yeah, come here. Come here. There we go. And the you people. The you people. Okay. That's a fair bit. Let's see. I'm going to tie this off too. I got to move a little bit, and I don't have enough floss to move. Okay. So I'm not going to do the M. The M is a little bit more complicated than these have been, and I'm going to go a little bit more progress done, if I can. Doop, doop, doop. Okey dokey. So what we'll work on is actually this thick part right up here. Let me just fold my fabric back a bit so I can see what I'm doing. That's snagged. Do 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 do. Yeah, come here. There we go. There's that. And there's that. Sounds like I'm adjusting the floss. You know, I'm giving a chiropractic adjustment to the floss, and maybe that's kind of what it is. I don't know. Surprisingly, my back is not killing me at this point. It's a little sore, but not bad. Go. Doop boop doo. I kind of cut off on that one just a little bit. I don't think that will matter. I don't think that's going to show. Nah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Everything is okay. I don't know why I'm whispering like this into the camera. I feel like I'm right up against the speaker, though. I'm not really sure. Like I said, this is a little bit different setup than normal. Trying something new. Boop, boop, boo. Oh, I say that, now the back is starting to act up. It says, haha, you lose. Oh, green giant. Here we go. Okay, that was a good stretch. And back to stitching. Oh, I was watching this video this morning about, we all are fascinated with what happens like above ground or on ground, whatever. When hurricanes come through, we see the, damage and destruction, but do we know what it does underneath the water? And so they had a turtle, one of those big, huge turtles that live forever. They had a turtle that was marked with GPS or whatever, and they followed it. Like they went back later and like saw where it had been and tracked it and whatnot. And it was funny because she likes to stay near shore, I guess. Food and the salinity of the water is better for her and whatnot. And but when the storm hit, she like went into the storm, but then went down deep to try to get away from like the worst of the storm. So she like literally, like if this was the storm, she like just, instead of being like up here like normal, she just went down here, and to protect themselves. And they said that's what they think, that that the surface dwelling, like right under the surface, those guys have a hard time. They also talk about like sometimes they'll see it when a hurricane goes through certain areas of of the Gulf, or like off the eastern coast of Florida or whatnot, that the dolphin populations will actually spike so many months after that happens. Because they said what ends up happening is you'll see that sometimes fish that normally live higher up, just under the water, that they'll actually go deeper to find more calm waters, that the hurricane, it's too violent up above, so they got to move down. So a little easier for dolphins to hunt. And then also people aren't out fishing and trawling and doing all those things that they do, looking for fish and whatnot, and picking up a bunch of fish all the time. So there's just more food for like a week basically, and it would be enough to like, I guess, be able to start a pregnancy, or maybe that's just nature's way of saying, okay, it's time to go. More snags. More snags. Just playing with the snags. What am I doing? What is my issue? There we go. Okay. I kept thinking, what have I done? I poked myself. Oh, sorry guys if I scared you. Oh, that was a little something. I've only done that a couple times, which is funny because it happens more than just a couple times. Here, let me get this back out again. Let me come over here. There we go. That'll look better. Bring this up a little closer. Come here. Oopsie doopsie. There we go. Here. There we go. Oh, my husband wanted me to let you guys know that on the weekly update, I did misstate something. So, hold on. I gotta see this a little better. When I was talking about that old like amphitheater, German or Austrian or something like that, those guys there were singing Sound of Silence. And it was pretty cool. love the sound of silence. I mean, literally and figuratively in terms of like the name of the song. I could tell I was doing that one wrong too. Ba-bum, bum, bum, ba-bum, bum, bum. Now I got Toto in my head. Heck. Stags. There we go. Yeah, that looks right, that looks right. Did I do that wrong? No. Okay. Well, that just looked weird. There we go. Okay. Another row. Not a Ronnie row, but another row. Oh, man. Stretch. Oh, stretching. Getting to the end of the video, but I'm trying to extend it a little longer if I can. Starting to think about what I want to work on today. Literally just need to pull out everything I haven't worked on and make some progress. Ruff Wuff, says Coco. That dog is funny. Stubborn as a mule, that dachshund is. She's got some serious character. There we go. I could feel it coming, but I just couldn't stop it. Let me just trim the edges. Now I've got that Toto's Africa totally stuck in my head for at least a little while. All right. There we go. Ow. Almost got myself again. Alright. Very cool, very cool, very cool. So I think that's it for this. Ow! The stitching. It's the only part of these stitchy glasses that I am not a fan of. It's just that they pull my poor little hairs. Well, they're not little, but pull on my hairs. Pull. Anyway. Oh, just stretching again. I want to pull. Oh, I can't. But so I got a couple up here that I got a couple projects up here that I'm gonna get some work done on. I guess I'll do some Stormtrooper. And then I've got some. Where are you? And then I've got some Greenwich Village that I need to fill in. And do some of those, and then definitely think about starting something new today. Just add it into the rotation, since E Pluribus Unum will be finishing up soon. There's just more design filling here. The M is right there, and the end of the project is like right here. So the word one goes here, M. This little motif there, and this little motif there, plus I fill in a little bit more up here, and there's a little flower, and then a couple of letters and words, and we're done. So I mean, that it's a lot, and it's not a lot. So I just need to get my gears in gear. Get my gears in gear. But yeah, I think that's it. So you guys have a great rest of your stitchy week. I am going to work harder today on getting some stitching done. Very excited about watching football. And then we'll go from there. And I'll see you on the blog, and then I'll see you for the weekly update this coming week. Bye, guys. Thanks for watching so much.